Hello. Um, Good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Today is Thursday, May 22nd. It is 9:14 a.m. The title of this stream, Markets Out of Balance and Opportunity, it was meant for yesterday. I got issues going live yesterday and I couldn't stream. I couldn't stream yesterday. Everybody knows what happened. What happened now? What has happened yesterday? But there was something when doing my homework yesterday. I found something really interesting. Right? We have this. This is the. Let's hide this thing here. This is the monthly, weekly, and daily time frames. Huh? This let me wait a minute. Let me do something. I don't have too much time actually, but I guess I want to talk as much as I can before the opening here. The monthly is, we have this B shape here. Markets usually don't do B shapes. But that's one observation from yesterday. And we got this high here, the 6,000. The previous, this month high, no excess in the all-time highs, and the market reaching the 6,000. Right? This is a, there's no value in that number other than that it has 3 zeros on the right. Next thing, look at the weekly, right? You have one time frame higher, and this is something that I was paying attention. This is information I'm carrying over. These weekly gaps usually don't last long. They don't last that long before the market makes an attempt to close. So that was something that I was carrying. Right? Probably the market making an attempt to close this week, by the end of the week, or maybe next week. And why I say that, because we have Nvidia next week and we have a long weekend. Right? Now, in the upper side, the market re-entered this really wide range. This is the 3-month range coming from the monthly time frame. And I'm showing it each one at a time. Right? Then goes inside this last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 week upper range before reaching or making new highs. Notice how these levels here, this trend, these ones are coming from, and I did that for my homework yesterday or before yesterday. Coming all them coming from these ones. Why I put those ones there? Because I saw the market using actually those ones. It is not that I do. It's not the market that trades towards my references, but the market actually placing those ones for me to observe. I'm having this one as a key reference, right? This is the last range and coincides with 6,000 here, with 6,000 here. I was talking, or we were talking about this, how, if the market doesn't take this 6,000, there probably was going to be some really quick selling or liquidation on that long. Now, in the daily, you have this significant range in the upper side. Market actually trying its way, but something happened yesterday. These blue days highlighted here are inside days. Inside days to the downside, inside days to the upside, significant upside, breakout to the upside, but notice how it doesn't have any kind of upside continuation. Not that convincing anyways. And the market is still using this lower edge of this range, lower edge of this range as support every single time. The market makes a breakout, trades sideways, reaches the low, breakout, trades sideways, reaches the low. There is something here very questionable, being bought from the 50s here, being bought from the 50s, which matches this low. This low is weak, it's very questionable. Another inside breakout, CPI breakout of this one, and leaves a gap here. And notice how we have now this 200 and 100 moving averages right here, very close. The 200 is about to go higher. If this one goes higher, that gives us a market to the downside, because we will have 200, 150, in that sequence to the downside, which is a negative sign for the market, but something that notice. I hope you have noticed this thing too. This is just something, right? I put this here. I extended a little bit. So probably something happening here, right? Before this happened. But the key observation of this market yesterday was the following. All right, but in order to do that, to show you, I will need to bring my profiles over here. Give me a second. I need to duplicate this chart so I can bring it over here. All right, I got here. Right. It's loading. All right. We have short covering here this day. This day short covering, opening below the gap and closing above previous day ratio, which is an outside bar, which is a positive sign, something good for the market, right? A strong outside bar to the upside. But what happened next is the market fails to reach March high, which is also the 6,000 level, very close to that one, and give us an inside day. This is not, it has a shape of short covering, but it is not short covering. And the thing here is, this is a perfect 3-day range. You have balance inside day, inside this value, but with a slightly value, right, overlapping lower. Right? This highlighted area here it is a highly traded area here from this day. That I decided to carry over towards the next day, forward towards the next day, before yesterday, right? And the market just couldn't get above that one. Right? That's one sign. That's something. There is something up here, right? That's how I get that. In the same way how I got this highlighted area yesterday, I had something here also. But just let's keep talking about yesterday, okay? And the key element to have something here. What happened is, if you remember how we were talking about this trend, right? Market breaking out, trading sideways, reaching this level, right? But yesterday or before yesterday, something happened here, right? Something happened here. We have a market actually closing up here at 59.60. What is 59.60? Is really up here, right? Very close. It makes a low right at this trend line at the base, as support, and following the overnight actually takes this low and opens, right? The market opens with a gap below this support now, okay? Below this support now. And now for in a really short, quick moment, what was support suddenly is not support anymore. It becomes resistance. When the market opens up here, it has to rally all the way up to here, right? All the way up to here to find resistance. Not even support. It's not support anymore. As you can see, the market is below this. It doesn't build anything. It's just, yeah, overnight happens, right? And not just that, but now we have this potential trend line forming in the same way. Right? I am wondering now, in the same way as we found this support line here, lines here, when the market was way down here. Could this be possible or potentially be a new trend line? I don't know yet, right? I don't know. But I have that up there. And we have a really bad action, 20-year action yesterday that triggers, right? That has the trigger the liquidation that we have seen yesterday. But before getting over there, what happens is we have this low here, market opening. The dynamics were very similar to this day, but the context cannot be more different. There was nothing similar or identical to this day. The context was completely different context. And as the market gets over here, and this section, market takes this high out, right? Tempo was just horrendous here. It was really bad tempo. And sometimes it is easier or it is better to get something to join the movement whatever's happening, right, a little bit later, too soon, right? Many of my losses, or my personal losses, came when I tried to up from the market, when I thought I knew what the market was going to do. Instead, now I focus on trying to figure out what the market is doing. Not what the market will do, but what the market is doing, right? And it became clearer here. When the market cannot reach, it not even takes this POC, which was a very obvious reference in the upper side, doesn't take this one. Okay, liquidation follows. But there is something from yesterday. It just happens so fast, man. It happens so fast. It is in no one's interest, right? It is in no one's interest to kill the market, to kill a market in the way how it was killed yesterday. Right now, inventory is very short. Inventory went from too long to go any higher to too short very quick. Right? Now we have long weekend, we have FMC next week, but probably doesn't have anything there. We have a Chairman Powell speaking on Sunday. We have Nvidia next week, and we have this. I think this is a long weekend, right? We have Memorial. I think Memorial Day is next Monday. It is the last Monday of this. Yeah. And all of those things are being considered in this market now. Remember, markets are always looking, are always forward looking. And for today, right? For today, what I have here is, what I have inside here is I have this gap here, the weekly gap. We still have one more day to close the week. I don't know if this is going to be revisited. So far, notice how this low. Let me do something. Let me bring another chart here. Let me bring my. This is profiles from where I have regular and overnight sessions. Look what happens here. This is a non-revisited overnight POC. The market stops right here. Very questionable low, right? I already have it named as or labeled as gap close. It is not, right? Because the market is not opening with a gap, right? And this low here, where all this rally started, came from daily hardback, exactly daily hardback. This overnight low is right there. Overnight lows, overnight sessions, that does not repair, right? Do not repair weak references. I am considering here, uh, watching carefully if this is going to open here and shoot its way down here towards this same reference in the lower side, because in the upper side we have this highly traded area, which I will consider as a pivot for the coming session. And what we have up there, just up there, we have this laggard selling up here and up here, right? And my main reference for in the upper side is what the market does relative to these distributions close here, right? We have double distributions, POC down here, and if the market can close this reference, we have a market. We have a market to the upside. If the market cannot close this, I'm still looking to the downside, probably with a lot of chop coming here, right? This is one of those days. Okay, market's open. There's a lot to say to watch here, man. All right, let's see. Let's see. I am not watching this screen here. I got my trading screen on the side. Market has opening inside previous day range. Overnight inventory is, I would say, it was in the process of being rebalanced. Oh, look at that. Look at that movement. Standard profile. Standard profile. This is just so you can see here. Notice where it is. Opening on the lower side is no. If the market, if there is something serious to the downside, the market will start building value below this range here, below this range. That is what I am watching here. High right at 7. What's happening to volume? We have narrow or really low volume here. Let's put this here. I'm going to put this down here. And the bill that has just passed in the chamber, the market is not looking at that bill with good eyes. We have something to monitor today, right? We have a 10-year auction. I guess that is going to be more important, more relevant than yesterday's 20-year auction. That's going to be at 1 p.m. Set an alarm for, I have set an alarm to 12:50 so I can remember that thing. Notice how the highs at overnight POC. Let's see if this market print is way out of yesterday's range. This is not the gap close. This is just yesterday's low. All right, we got a market to the downside here. Remember the overnight do not close. There may be some opportunities here now. Oh, come on. I'm watching this 100 down here now to monitor. This one is a reference from this day, very questionable pullback low. This one here, this is the first thing in the low side. Below that we have the 100. It's a day to the downside. No, I want to see what the market does with these references up here. The thing about trading is, markets don't trade in straight ways, straight up or straight down, right? Oh boy. What the heck? I was using another. Oh, I apologize for this. I was using another screen. Gosh. Oh, so many of all the things that I have talked. If you don't have a reference, a charting, it's pretty much worthless. I apologize for that. I was just in such a hurry here. I done my homework. I finished my homework. Just today. I was too tired to make it yesterday. Any questions here? I usually have my OSB app on one screen, and today I have it in my main chart, and I minimized it so I didn't see what I was streaming actually. My bad. the lower side, I think I will be paying more attention to this one here. What 69 to 69 to this area here. Let me lock. I don't want to move this thing by accident. Lock drawing. Now this is just I don't want to have it as low. We know that this is low. This as we have seen, let me show you now. I guess you didn't see this one. Is this is a dailies overnight from where? From the 12th, right? This overnight has been revisited, has been corrected. This one doesn't have volume, but it was corrected during the overnight. What I pay more attention is to this low here, on this one, coming exactly from, pretty much exactly from half back, I mean for POC, and which is also the base of all of this, all of what happened up here. All what happened up there, this base here, you know, it is true that has been checked during the overnight, but remember, overnight sessions do not check, do not repair weak references. That's what I have happy. I'm going to remove this thing. Oh, instead of doing that, you know what I'm going to? No, I cannot do that. What else? This is a reference on the upper side. Notice this. What is this? Okay, this one here. What the heck is this? This is to the upper side, is it? Yeah. Why I don't? Oh, this is the overnight. This is overnight. I was checking this. This PLC. This half back here. Huh. 36. There could be something here. Let me do this. Let me add another one here. This is 512 half back. What? Oh, up here. Quarter high back. Just you know, this is the first day in the left side. There is a reference. After half back, and everything started from the pullback to half back here. Right, this one. All this what happened started from exactly half back. Right? Which is not a good sign for what came afterwards. This low here, also mechanical low. It is a low of the upper distribution of this overnight, as you can see. Look at this overnight, very elongated, right? This is just this low. This below these lows, we don't have anything, man. That's the danger here. What's happening? And it doesn't mean this has to break today, but there's nothing here below. But there's nothing. Very, very questionable. I'll put this one down there. And all of that is just part of homework. You know, those are pieces of information that I need to review every day before trading. Okay. The next thing is watch the market. Be very patient. and wait and see. I don't know what the market is going to do. I don't know what the market can do. I am trying to figure out, right? I'm trying to understand what the dynamics are for today. I'm trying to find out what the market is doing and base it on probabilities. Want to see if I want to join, or if I see an opportunity, or if the opportunity presents itself. Find out what can we do. Now we have two pieces of information today, right? Are you watching? We have PMI higher, all right? We have PMI that was just released. We have seen some flickering here. Two pieces of information here. One is, wait a minute. Where are you? This is the opening. Okay, one is the opening. It opens inside previous day range, which is an advertisement for chop, right? Chop and rotation is high. Increases the odds of chop and rotation. And this is the lower edge, though. The second piece of information here is that the market has single printed its way out of yesterday's range, which gives us a market now to the downside. You know, that's a negative piece of information to the market, for the market. And after we have seen yesterday, this is a very short inventory, is very short relative to yesterday, and some rebalancing is probable. Well, all right. Inventory is going to accumulate here and make a profile, and in the right side I have my split profile. Now there's a tremendous back and forth here. The other thing, the third piece of information, is the market has not reached that upper range, the highlighted range that you can see in the upper side. That one, this is also an important piece of information here. 74. Unlock. It's coming from 74 here. There was a lot of trading at one moment of the day. Yesterday there was a lot of trading there. The high is not that good, exactly from POC, and nothing has changed relative to the past days, past weeks, right? The market is in hands, you know, all these movements is basically short-term trading, mostly short-term trading. Did you see where the market went? That green dot that you can see there, that's the opening. The market came up here, and notice how it's being sold from this area, right? From this reference. I haven't even opened any options here to monitor. Now we just have to wait here and watch. And this is the thing where I say, streaming and trading are two completely different things here. My business is not streaming. I don't have time. If I have limited time, I am going to prioritize trading rather than streaming. Because when you stream, you actually can miss opportunities. But this is that's what I think, right? Because I don't want to be here just talking because I have to fill space with time, right? I'm going to go back to tell you what I was. Notice how as we speak, as the session starts to develop, we went from a very small market and we're zooming in until we end here, right? Now the market is settling and still finding it. Still we have this, can you see there was some selling coming from the open. Now it's buying coming. They couldn't find acceptance down here. Now they are attempting to do it to the upside, right? What I was saying when I didn't have my screen here is that this support line here, how can I do this, man? Let me do something. I guess it's just fair to do this while I see the market. I'm going to do I'm going to do the recap again so you can understand. Okay, I'm going to talk about everything again. You know, the monthly, we have the 6,000 right here. Very obvious reference in the upper side, the 6,000. Right? If the 6,000 is not taken, we have this all-time high here as the next reference in the upper side. No excess up here. There's no excess up there. This high, current high, is not good. That's POC. You check the weekly. You know, in the weekly we have another reference that starts to appear here, which is the low of this 5-week range, which is the last reference in the upper side before reaching all-time highs. Right? And notice these levels, these trends here. All these trends here are coming from the back. And open your charts 1, 2, 3 years, and you will find these lines there. And this is the gap in the weekly that I am paying close attention. Right? This is a nuance for me on the upper side. Now this trend here, as you can see, is being used as support right now as we speak here. Now there can be something to the upside here or to the downside here. One time frame higher is still there in the upper side. It's still the market is still to the upper side in the weekly time frame. All right, look at this. We are in this area now. Okay, I want to see if there is something here. These are my dailies. We don't have much here. The market has reached this one. Below that we have this. Okay? And in the upper side, the next one is way up here. Okay, there has to be a brutal short cover rally to take back yesterday's. Have seen a lot of trading here. This is not a reference anymore. I'm going to erase this one. This has been corrected. Still some market to the up, to the downside. Very early, you know. The market has reached, has taken this low out. I want to see the market continues going lower and builds value below this level, which will be, if I go to the daily, which will be the low of this 3-6 day range here. Right? Anything serious will start building value below this low here, which is basically below yesterday's low, right there. 5 more minutes before the closing of this period. In the lower side also, we have, this is the crossing I was talking about. We have the 200 and the 100 moving average right there. Right? This is, everybody can see this. If the market keeps going lower or even building value here, this will start rising and we'll put the 200 above, 100 below, a 50 lower, right? Which is negative. But remember, these moving averages are lagging indicators. This already has crossed. You can see the 200 is above the 100 here. Alright? Market to the downside will another sign of market or negative market is building value below this trading area. In the same fashion as it happened here, that it couldn't take this value high, it built value below, right? But the resolution of this trade, of this dynamic of the market, didn't happen until yesterday. And the catalytic was the 20, the really bad 20. Oh shit! What the heck is this? What the heck is this? Oh, this is this. Is this? Yeah, this is this distribution close here. Yeah, I have this I high here. Let me lock this. Couple more minutes before the opening, before the next period. Now, what's the point of view of the market? Are you buying? Are you selling? What are you doing? I don't have anything here. The first sign of a positive market will be taking this range, that highlighted range, out. And building value above that, and that will still, right? That will still give me a day to the downside. Let me split this profile here. All right. Okay. What I did here, this is tricky here. What I have did here is I split this is value. I guess I'm doing too much here. I have split yesterday's profile. And notice what value is yesterday. The low. This is the lower distribution here. Huh? We still have value lower, but value is moving higher and getting inside this. This high is very questionable. This one here, and next we have this one up here. And the thing is, if this starts gaining momentum, probably we can take this one, taking this one, put the market close to the 5900. We have another 200 moving average up here, and potentially targeting this high here. And the main reference in the upper side is the closing of these distributions. Okay. All right. Oh, let's continue. What I have seen, for example, what I was talking about in the daily, is how we have suddenly, just overnight, what was support, what was this trend, was support. Overnight, it became resistance. Overnight. And for many people, that single piece of information was missing. It is my belief that not too many people have noticed that. This is just a dip, and I have to buy the dip, right? Because that's the market. That is what the market was doing, and today is let's buy the dip. That high is very questionable. It is the overnight high. It is yesterday's very last push from the laggard selling. And notice how all this is being taken back. All that's been taken back today. All the laggards selling that came late yesterday is being taken back. Now we have, this is part of the dynamics as well. We have a very prominent overnight POC in a market that is going lower. Now, where this POC is, it is in the upper side, it is in the lower side. It is in the upper side, or it was in the upper side relative to the opening, but it was actually in the lower side of yesterday's range. So it is between the odds, or within the odds, that this can be a very heavily traded area, or potential good odds, of being revisited today. That is what has happened. Today's high, notice where this high is, right at yesterday's. Do you remember what happened yesterday? When the market, I don't want to split this, but you remember in B, what happened in the overnight? There was a lot of selling that came in the overnight around certain level. I don't remember exactly the level, but this was kind of like a little bit higher than A high, right? And there was a bunch of stops in the overnight, and the market just, like jumped like 10 points, something like that, in a fraction of a second. That is what we have now at that high. The potential of something like that happening, I'm not saying it's going to happen, right? But the same dynamics. Overnight traders are way weaker, and the weakest from all participants of the trading business. What happened yesterday didn't happen in the overnight. It happened during regular trading hours. So this is a different kind of stops that are sitting there. After this, the next reference in the upper side is the 21.1%, which is also two white high, just as we have yesterday. These are the laggard part of yesterday. Having this one up here, if the market is going to correct this high here, that will put the market very close to 5900. Another heavily rather observed reference in the upper side, right? That has good also been taken if the market gets closer to this one, and this will be my ultimate. This will be my ultimate reference in the upper side for today. Right? This one. Closing these distributions here. That's the ultimate reference or the ultimate destination trade for the current auction, or maybe can I can even say for today, if it's the case that we have maybe a directional market, which I don't think may have that. I think we will see some rotation today. It is within the odds. We will see some rotation here. Something that I pay close attention also as a part of short-term trading here. I'm going to remove this one. It's too much here. Is what happened. This is a dynamic reference, halfback here. And I want to see maybe halfback. Can halfback move? What can move? Well, maybe up here. Right now, this can be something here. There's potential for some rotation here. If this doesn't happen, but the next thing is moving this one up here, and to move up here, this market needs to come above the 5900 or around at least 5500. On the weekly, in the weekly also I have this reference in the lower side, which is basically close of the weekly gap. This is the 50 in the moving out in this time frame, right? And potential, but doing that, anything relative to the gap will end one time frame higher, which is not something unexpected or unbelievable to that, unlikely to happen. It's not like that, because after what we have seen here, there's potential here for some kind of range forming here. Now remember, this is a wide range on the left side. We may see some range here also, before reaching a new highs or before making another attempt, right, to the downside here. I'm going to close this 58.94 or 59 is my immediate reference on the upper side. 59.40 would be, or do we have a 59.40? Have anything here? the upper range, the upper distribution POC basically. Alright, I guess I have a really crazy fast stream today. Just too much to talk. There is just too much to talk, man. Here, trading is a very nuanced business. There's a lot of nuances that we need to be aware of, pay special attention. You know, start to you know, decide that I am going to follow this, I am going to disregard, what I'm going to do with this information, what I'm going to do with data. POC, the heck happened here? Halbach is a little bit higher now. Alright. This range here, where the market is trading here, this is something that I'm paying close attention to. Alright guys, I hope you have a wonderful, well, if you have any questions, I'm going to call it a day here. Not without wishing you a very nice trading day today. Alright? Have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. Hope I can see you tomorrow. Bye bye.